Students, I am your Anu ma'am. Hope you are doing well. In this video, we will discuss about a special scheme of academic session 2021-22 for class 10th and class 12th. ये स्पेशल स्कीम बोर्ड के द्वारा क्लास 10th और 12th को प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है. So first point from this scheme, academic session to be divided into two terms with approximately 50%. Now the syllabus in each term. The syllabus for the academic session 2021-22 will be divided into two terms by following a systematic approach by looking into the interconnectivity of concepts and topics by the subject experts, and the board will conduct examination at the end of each term on the basis of the bifurcated syllabus. This is done to increase the probability of having a board conducted classes 10th and 12th examination at the end of the academic session. Now next point, the syllabus for the board examination 2021-22 will be rationalized similar to that of the last academic session to be notified in July 2021. For academic transactions, however, schools will follow the curriculum and syllabus released by the board White Circular number F1001/Cbse Academic Curriculum/2021 dated 31st March 2021. Schools will also use alternative academic calendar and inputs from the NCERT on transacting the curriculum. Now next point, efforts will be made to make internal assessment, practical, project work more credible and valid as per the guidelines and moderation policy to be announced by the board to ensure fair distribution of marks. Now next topic from the special scheme, details of curriculum transaction. So first point from this topic, schools will continue teaching in distance mode till the authorities permit in-person mode of teaching in the schools. Now for classes 9th and 10th, internal assessment throughout the year irrespective of term 1 and term 2 would include the 3 periodic tests, student enrichment, portfolio and practical work, or speaking and listening activities or project. For classes 11th and 12th, internal assessment throughout the year irrespective of term 1 and term 2 would include end of the topic or unit test or exploratory activities or practicals or projects. Now next point, schools would create a student profile for all assessment undertaken over the year and retain the evidences in digital format. Now next point, Cbse will facilitate schools to upload marks of internal assessment on the Cbse IT platform. Now next point, guidelines for internal assessment for all subjects will also be released along with the rationalized term-wise divided syllabus for the session 2021-22. Next point, the board would also provide additional resources like sample assessment, question banks, teacher training, etc. for more reliable and valid internal assessments. Now term 1 examination. अब term 1 examination किस तरह से होगा उसके बारे में बताया जाएगा. Okay? At the end of the first term, the board will organize term 1 examination in a flexible schedule to be conducted between November to December 2021 with the window period of 4 to 8 weeks for schools situated in different parts of the country and abroad. Dates for conduct of examination will be notified subsequently. Now next point, the question paper will have multiple choice question or MCQ including case-based MCQs and MCQs on a certain reasoning type. Duration of test will be 90 minutes and it will cover only rationalized syllabus of term 1 only. That is approximately 50% of the entire syllabus. Now next point, question paper will be sent by the Cbse to schools along with parking scheme. Now next point, the exams will conducted under the supervision of external central superintendent and observers appointed by Cbse. Now next point, the responses of students will be captured on OMR sheets which after scanning may be directly uploaded at Cbse portal or alternatively may be evaluated and marks obtained will be uploaded by the school on the very same day. The final direction in this regard will be conveyed to school by the examination unit of the board. Now next point, marks of the term 1 examination will contribute to the final overall score of the students. Now term 2 examination और year end examination. अब term 2 examination किस तरह से होगा उसके बारे में बताया जा रहा है. At the end of the second term, the board would organize term 2 or year end examination based on the rationalized syllabus of term 2 only. That is approximately 50% of the entire syllabus. Now next point. This examination would be held around March to April 2022 at the examination centers fixed by the board. Now next point. The paper will be of 2 hours duration and have questions of different formats. These are case-based or situation-based open-ended short answer or long answer type. Now next point. In case the situation is not conducive for normal descriptive examination, a 90-minute MCQ based exam will be conducted at the end of the term 2 also. Now next point, marks of the term 2 examination would contribute to the final overall score. Now assessment or examination as per different situations. यदि अलग अलग situations हो तो उस समय assessment या examination किस तरह से होगा उसके बारे में बताया जा रहा है. ओके, तो फर्स्ट केस है, in case the situation of the pandemic improves and students are able to come to school or centers for taking the exams, board would conduct term 1 and term 2 examination at schools or centers and the theory marks will be distributed equally between the two exams. इस केस में कहा जा रहा है कि यदि पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन ठीक हो जाए और स्टूडेंट्स स्कूल आ सकता है या सेंटर पर जा सकता है तो उस केस में बोर्ड टर्म 1 और टर्म 2 दोनों ही एग्जामिनेशन लेगा और उस केस में थ्योरी के मार्क्स दोनों ही टर्म में इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड होंगे. नाउ सेकंड केस, in case the situation of the pandemic forces complete closure to the school during November to December 2021 but term 2 examination are held at the schools or centers, then term 1 MCQ based examination would be done by students online or offline from home. In this case, the weightage of this exam for the final score would be reduced and weightage of term 2 exams will be increased for declaration of final result. इस केस में ये कहा जा रहा है कि यदि पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन टर्म 1 एग्जाम के समय में ठीक नहीं रहता है लेकिन टर्म 2 एग्जाम के समय में ठीक रहता है तो टर्म 1 एग्जाम ऑनलाइन होगा जो एमसीक्यू बेस्ड होगा, लेकिन इसका वेटेज कम हो जाएगा और टर्म 2 का वेटेज ज्यादा हो जाएगा जो कि बोर्ड लास्ट में डिसाइड करेगा. Now next case, in case the situation of pandemic forces complete closure to the school during March to April 2022 but term 1 exams are held at the schools or centers, results would be based on the performance of a student on the term 1 MCQ based examination and internal assessment. The weightage of the marks of term 1 examination conducted by the board will be increased to provide year and results of candidates. इस केस में ये कहा जा रहा है कि यदि term 1 एग्जामिनेशन के समय में पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन ठीक है और स्टूडेंट्स टर्म 1 एग्जाम दे देता है लेकिन टर्म 2 एग्जामिनेशन के समय में पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन खराब हो जाता है और टर्म 2 एग्जाम्स नहीं दे पाता है लेकिन उसके टर्म 1 एग्जाम में मार्क्स अच्छे आए हैं, साथ में इंटरनल असेसमेंट भी अच्छा दिया गया है, तो बोर्ड उस स्टूडेंट के टर्म 1 के मार्क्स का वेटेज बढ़ा देगा. ओके, now next case, in case the situation of the pandemic forces complete closure of schools and board conducted term 1 and term 2 exams are taken by the candidates from home in the session 2021-22, results would be computed on the basis of the internal assessment, practical, project works and theory marks of term 1 and 2 exams taken by the candidates from the home in class 10th or 12th subject to the moderation or other measures to ensure validity and reliability of the assessment. इस पॉइंट में ये बताया जा रहा है कि इन केस टर्म 1 और टर्म 2 दोनों ही समय में पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन ठीक नहीं है तो बोर्ड टर्म 1 और टर्म 2 एग्जाम लेगा जो ऑनलाइन होगा और इस सिचुएशन में जो स्टूडेंट का रिजल्ट बनेगा उस रिजल्ट में इंटरनल असेसमेंट, प्रैक्टिकल्स, प्रोजेक्ट वर्क्स और टर्म 1 और टर्म 2 के थ्योरी के मार्क्स सभी इंक्लूडेड होंगे और सभी की वैलिडिटी होगी और इंटरनल असेसमेंट के एविडेंसेस होंगे. In all the above cases, data analysis of marks of students will be undertaken to ensure the integrity of internal assessment and home-based exams. जितने भी केसेस ऊपर बताए गए इन सभी केसेस में इंटरनल असेसमेंट और होम बेस्ड एग्जाम के मार्क्स का एनालिसिस किया जाएगा. उम्मीद है आप इस सर्कुलर के सारे पॉइंट्स को समझ गए होंगे. और लास्ट में मैं आपसे यही रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप शेयर करें ताकि स्टूडेंट को इसके बारे में जानकारी हो जाए। दैट्स इट। यदि आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक कर दीजिएगा और आगे के वीडियोस को देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा।